Hey girl, sorry, I was having a little bit of technical difficulty, so sorry if you were here before me. But this is Pink Huddle call number 3, so I'm very excited to recap these last few weeks and last couple of weeks actually, and then also talk to you about the tonight and the weeks ahead, or the 1 week ahead. So let's first go back and recap where we've been so far. So we started with week 1, and complete your survey I asked you to complete. Do 5 questions given tonight that I gave you guys. Go through those. Do your table, like your goal and then why you feel like you can't do it. Your vision board and your 15 faces in 15 days. Okay? That was your first homework. Okay? I'm going to shoot a quick. Okay. All right. So the second week was your mental bath. Remember what that was? The mental bath. Every single day. Promote yourself to a new place on the career path and have a coaching call with me. Okay. And then, and also 3 to 5 people in your world to share with and get their support, which you were supposed to do with me. Week 3 was very simple, which was last week, and that was just simply to create a weekly plan sheet. Okay. And you were supposed to hand that to me, and that way I would have that information. I'm having a wild hair day, y'all. You can see that in there. I mean, in the video. That's hilarious. Okay. So, you guys, the bottom line is ideas are great, but implementation will be the key to your results. You know, we can talk about your success to directorship, to cars, to all of that, but unless we implement, that's not going to work. Okay? The ideas are nothing without putting work behind it. Tonight, we are moving into our final, we have 2 calls tonight and tomorrow, next week, and that's it for this group. And so we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay, ladies, tonight I told you I was going to cover money management, and we're also going to cover ways to win. So money management and ways to win. So a couple things we're going to talk about first is money management. I wanted to explain to you, make sure you understand your avenues of income. So I'm going to look at this little sheet here, and I'm going to share with you a few ways that you actually make money in your Mary Kay business. Some of them you probably know of, and some you may not have even heard of. So number 1 is, of course, your skincare classes and facials. You make 50%, of course, of what you sell. You can do that by putting product on the face. You can do on-the-go appointments, which means that, let's just say somebody calls you and says, hey, I need a new lipstick, and you run over there and you treat them to a new lipstick, okay? That would be what we call on-the-go appointment. On paper, meaning you sell out of your books, and then online, selling on your website. So those are some different ways that you can sell your product. On the face, on the go, on paper, and online, okay? Addition to that, of course, is your reorders, making 50% on your reorders. And then there's something called dovetailing. Sometimes I tell you girls to double and triple book your appointments. Well, the reason that I say that is because if, let's just say you double and triple book, and let's say you have 2 parties at the same night and they both hold, then what you could do is what we call dovetail, which means you hand over one of the parties to another one of your sister beauty consultants that you think we'll be willing to do that for you. And what's great about that is that you will receive 20% of all the sales profit that night. She receives 30% for going to do the party, but you get all the benefit from the party. You get any referrals, any bookings, and any new team members from that party, okay? So the only difference in you having the party and her having the party is that she does the work for you and she makes 30% of the sales and you make 20. Okay, so you could call a girlfriend that day and say, hey, I got sick, my kids are sick, could you take this party for me? And she still benefits and you benefit too. That's called dovetailing. And then, of course, making money, your team building, you guys, as you grow your team, you're going to go from 4% all the way up to 26% commission. As you grow, that's another avenue of income for you. The car program, of course, we've talked about, and the ways that you make money with the car program, whether you take that car payment out of your budget or you take that extra money for your family. And the final thing, of course, we've already mentioned would be leadership and taking advantage of that. So those are the avenues of income, girls, that I wanted to mention to you tonight when we talk about money management. Now let's talk about actually managing that money when you make it. So always, girls, you should have a separate checking account that's just for your Mary Kay business, for sure, because you don't want to put all the money in the same pot, number one. Number two, you want to make sure that you're taking what we call a 60-40 split. Now, what that means is that instead of taking a 50-50 profit on your business, if you take a 60-40 split, that means you keep 10% of the money that you make, and you put that for Section 2 samples, maybe when new products come out, doing your preferred customer program mailings. If you just hang on to that 10%, then you'll always have that money for those extra little things that you might need. And then you have 40% for your profit. Now, you can take your 50% profit, but you're still going to be taking money out of that 50% profit to run your business. So it's not easier to do a 60-40 split and do it that way. And you keep that 10% for that. Another thing I want to talk to you about is managing your product. Now, I did a great message today on borrowing, trading product, and the benefits of carrying product on hand versus not that I posted on our Bridget's Believers page. So make sure you listen to that if you haven't done that yet. But definitely, girls, I want to encourage you to just know that when it comes to investing in yourself, all of you in the Pink Huddle call wants to grow your business and make it a career. So all of you really, truly need to be able to give your customers great customer service. So I strongly encourage you, if you have not yet invested or you're still, unsure about that, then you can check with me, okay? And we can talk about it. What you should stock, why you should stock these products. I'm very strategic when it comes to inventory, okay? So definitely want to make sure that you're aware of that. And because whenever you have inventory, what you do is you take the products off the shelf and you take those sales receipts and you input in an order blank on InTouch all the products that you've sold and pulled off your shelf in the same order blank, and you keep saving it until you're ready to place your order. That way, when you're ready to place your order, then you're ready and everything's saved and you're not missing anything. When I was brand new, nobody taught me that, and I bankrupted my business 3 times in 1 year, which means I would sell products, I would not restock them. I was like, oh, I'll get to it, whatever. And then what happened was I had no products. Then I had to reinvest. I did it again, reinvested, did it again. So crazy. But that's what happened. So I don't want you to go through that, because I went through that and it was not a fun place to be. Okay, for sure. Okay, girls. So let's talk a little bit about, let's see here. I'm going to make sure I cover that. Oh, last thing is on credit card. If you have a Mary Kay card or you have a credit card that you're devoting solely to your Mary Kay business, make sure that you are devoting just Mary Kay to it, because you get to write off your interest on anything that you accrue on that credit card. Now, if you can't do that, that's totally fine. But I just wanted to mention that to you for that purpose, because you can write that off as well. And then the last thing I'm going to say about that before we shift a gear is that on my website, under the new consultant area, there's a place for money management. And go there, girls. It talks about managing your office, how to organize your receipt, get all that in order. You will be so thankful that you did that later, because it makes a huge difference for you at tax time and helps you maximize your Mary Kay benefit. Okay? Okay, so we're going to shift a gear. And we're going to talk about playing to win, okay? And I've got some stuff I want to read, so I'm going to be looking down a little bit, and I apologize for that, but I definitely want to cover everything, and I'm sorry that my glasses have a glare, but y'all excuse me. Okay, the quote says, I'm not going to run a mediocre business. I am playing to win. I'm not going to run a mediocre business. I'm playing to win. You guys, it is being all in. It does not feel like sacrifice when you're winning. When you're making those very short-term superior performance moments for your business and you're winning, then you don't feel like that it is a, like taking away from something else, because the win is there. So one piece of your homework tonight that I really challenge you to do, girls, is find a daily win. Girls, that is so critical to your success, is finding a daily win. So what that means is that every single day you set a goal for yourself, whether that's contacting 5 people on Facebook about having a facial, whether it's interviewing someone, whether it's booking 2 new appointments, getting 2 new names, whatever it is for you, girls, find a daily win that's attainable for you, that soothes your brain whenever you have that win. You're like, oh, I'm so thankful I had that win. Yes, I had a win, right? That's what you want to do. You have to find a daily win every single day. Not focused on the result, but focused on the activity, because you can control the activity. You cannot control the result. So we don't want to make our wins about just results only. We want to make it about the activity that we do to make the result, okay? Don't figure out how to work, girls. We're going to figure out how to win, okay? Focusing on the win. When you're looking for new team members, you're looking for winners. You're looking for women that are passionate and passionate about helping you as well. On my message this morning, I share with you girls that the most happy people and people that just feel alive are people that are living for a greater purpose. And so I just really tell you girls, like, that is so true. I see what some of you post on Facebook, and when you're passionate about something, you share it. You're excited. You don't even think twice about sharing it because you're excited about it. You should feel the same way about your Mary Kay business. I'll be honest, I don't see y'all posting hardly anything about your dreams and goals for your Mary Kay business on Facebook. Like, nothing. Like, do they even know? Like, who, if I was to poll your friends, who would actually tell me that they know what you're working for and what your win is? I don't know. Like, I'm not saying blow up and vomit Mary Kay on your Facebook page every day, 20 times a day. That's not what I'm saying. But you should be posting like activity that you're doing. You should be posting like your wins, like when you get a new team member. You should be posting like when you have a great party or just a fun party. Take a selfie with your guests. If they let you post it on Facebook, post it on Facebook. Like, I love playing in makeup. Like, post the fun of your business. Like, that's what you want to focus on, okay, is posting those kind of things. Like, if they don't know, how can they support you? Like, if I didn't tell you guys that we were going for $500,000 and I didn't like send all those emails and all that stuff, how in the world would you guys, we wouldn't have done it, because nobody knew what was going on. So it's super critical that we it was super critical that we think about those things whenever we're thinking about our dreams and our vision. So you must be willing to be willing. And this is something I really want you girls to think about and breathe in. You are the only person that has to believe in your win. You. Not me. Not anybody else, girls. Nobody else was believing with me that we were going to do $500,000. Not that you girls didn't believe in it, but like, it started with me. It started with me. And probably at the beginning when I put that out there, probably some girls were like, we're not going to do that. Like, we're a long way away from that. You know what I mean? Like, their belief level wasn't there. But when I kept posting our updates and posting our updates and posting our updates, and people were like, you're going to do it. I want to be a part of it. And then I had consultants coming out of the woodworks that hadn't ordered in forever, and they want to be a part of the win. You guys, like, are you telling your friends? Are you telling your family? Oh my gosh, girls, I'm telling you what, like, I am so on fire to get you girls to your dreams. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you tonight. Get my paper. Sorry, handing them to me. They're not in order. Okay. I want to talk to you about your kids. Now, I posted a mommy guilt boxer on our page the other day, and something I want to share with you girls is that, trust me, when you're celebrating these wins, and I mean the big wins, like when you're celebrating your directorship and having your director debut, or we invite all your friends, all your family, your kids come up, your husband comes up, I give him his husband oath, your kids get to stand right by you when you take your director oath. Imagine that day. Or imagine the day you walk from the dealership to pick up your keys to your car and you got your kids out of school so they could go with you. All of these things, girls, are worth the small thing that we work around our kids with right now. Like missing a practice to go to a party so that you can have that victory for your family in the immediate right now is so worth it. Sometimes it's hard to see that, but trust me, girls, like the decisions that you make really will define the future. And so I'm not saying you have to miss everything. I'm just saying you're in a short-term season is what I'm trying to look for right now. This is not time for vacation. This is not time to go playing. You have a very short window. And girls, I'm telling you strategically, you look at my eyeballs for this one. Strategically, I've been doing this business for 13 years. You know that I know when there's good seasons. I'm telling you, girls, August, September, and October is your sweet spot. I'm just telling you, it's your sweet spot, because this is a season where there's really not a lot of major holidays going on that really is a big effect. Like October is Halloween on the last day of the month. Okay, so really October, amazing month. September, we have one holiday right at the very beginning, and then we're done. August, really just kids going back to school, but not any crazy holidays. So you guys, it really is a phenomenal time. When you go into November, it's like November switches the thing in the brain. It's like November Thanksgiving, December Christmas. And even though people are still doing things, I just want you to know that capitalizing on these next 90 days of August, September, October will pay you very well moving forward into a holiday season. Okay? Super important. Okay, so I was talking to, y'all remember the show 90210? I know y'all do. Beverly Hills 90210. Okay, I love that show. I used to love the song. I was trying to find the song for y'all, but I couldn't find it. Okay, well, National Sales Director Julia Mundy shared this with us called the 90210 plan to get to Hollywood, and I want to share that with you girls. Now, I know we talked about the 100 faces. Focus on those 100 faces. 100 faces, 100 faces. That's the air that you breathe. It's all you think about, your 100 faces. Well, this little formula just changed up just a tiny bit. And you guys, because we're looking for results, not reasons why we can't. Okay, we are results oriented. This week is all about the activity and the results. The activity and the results. Okay, so 90210 stands for 90 faces for the 90. 2 new bookings or 2 new friends. So if you go have a party and get referrals and you've made 2 new friends that day, no, if you get 20 referrals, doesn't mean you can't get any new names for 10 days. No, the max is 2 a day that count. So if you get 100 referrals today, that still counts for your 2. You go get 2 more tomorrow. Okay, so 90 faces. Now that can be in 1 month or 2 months, depending on when you're submitting for DIQ, September 1 or October 1. Okay, and then you get 10 new interviews in a month minimum. Now, some of you need to do a lot more than that based on your team size and based on when you want to submit for DIQ. Okay, we've talked about the numbers, girls. If you put product on 90 faces, then half of those women, if you do the business correctly, half of those women should be willing to listen to the information about Mary Kay, which is 45 women, and 1 in 5, and that's a low average, will say yes, which is 9 new recruits. Okay, period. So trust me on that, the numbers. So I know you girls want to go to Hollywood. I was just today talking to someone that's in the workings of that at corporate. They said it's just going to be epic. It is a history-making event. We have never had it when all sales directors and all nationals are in the same place at the same time. You guys, what a time to debut as a new sales director, to be part of such a really cool history-making event. To be in Hollywood with every single corporate staff member, national, and sales director in Mary Kay. Like, that's like huge. That's so cool. And I want you guys to experience that with me. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait. We can go take a fun beach picture, jump up in the air, you know, those cute pictures and all that. We can just go have so much fun. Okay, but we have to do the work first, right? So I want you to know, girls, that you usually don't move the career path for 2 reasons. That's it, 2 reasons. One is lack of skill, or 1 is lack of unwillingness to do what's necessary. And you guys, I love this pink huddle call as much as you do. I love the camaraderie that has been built with our unit and the girls that went to seminar, and for those of you that didn't go to seminar but are a part of this call. I love it. But you guys, I love that, but I love more seeing you get closer and closer to your dream. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to support each other through the highs and the lows, celebrate the wins, and be there for each other in the lows. And I'll be honest, I've been a little bit disappointed with the lack of the commitment to the work. When I read to you back your homework assignments from week 1, 2, and now week 3, as I made a folder, I made a purple folder, and this folder has all of your names and all of your things that you have sent me. Okay, all of your homework. I recorded all of our conversations. what you're doing, what your goals are. And I just want you girls to know that this is all about getting you to where you want to be. So while it's great and all the other is super duper important, none of that is going to get us to that end result. So we've got to be focused on the activity, okay, to celebrate the wins. So, okay, so I'm going to give you a little thing that National Sales Director Jan Thetford did that really helped her grow her Mary Kay business. Now, she was not a national at the time. She was growing sales directors. So she made it a goal to interview everybody that would listen. Everybody that would listen. And I almost can't say this without cracking up. Okay, so she shared that she worked from total commitment and not from emotion. And you guys, we did emotional management training a couple of weeks ago. And we've had some breakdowns and we've had some breakthroughs and we've had some aha moments. And as Kristen Sharp says, after every call you have with her, you have to have a BFO. And that's a blinding flash of the obvious, like an aha moment of like, oh my gosh, like I never even thought that thought. So what I love about her, she talked about lack of she was totally working on commitment, not emotion. So you guys, like, I want to ask you that tonight. Is your dream so clear that you're totally working in a place of commitment, no matter what emotionally comes your way, that you're so focused on the end result? You guys, your memory will hold pictures more than anything else. And that's why I tell you girls to visit your dream every single day, multiple times a day. Like, is it the dream of like walking up on the beach in California? Is it the dream of taking your kids? Is it the dream of walking into the Los Angeles Convention Center with all these thousands of amazing women in your company? What is it that motivates you? We talked about that today, your passion, your purpose. That's what you're going to share. So I'm going to give you girls some things to write down. So she actually chose some people that she wanted to share her business with. And so she said she did this for 53 days. She worked to try to have an interview every single day for 53 days. She said, now you guys, the reason she worked out of commitment, not emotion, she said one girl picked her nose the whole time. I'm sorry, I can't quit laughing. I mean, every time I read it, I know Jan very well. So I crack up at her because she's so funny and I can just see her in this interview. One girl fell asleep physically on the table. Can you imagine sitting in Starbucks interviewing someone and they just fall asleep? This happened to her. Now, after 53 days, she had 15 new amazing new consultants, okay? But it did not come without craziness too. Everybody gets it, you guys. I think sometimes we put ourselves in a box and we think, this can only be happening to me. No, not true. Not true. Trust me. Okay, so here's what she did. These are the 4 points that you have to share with every single person when you're asking them about being a part of Mary Kay. Number 1 was, she said, here's what I'm doing. You share what you're doing. Are you sharing your goal? Are you sharing your dream with what you're doing? You got to share what you're doing. You got to share with her what you need. What do you need right now? You need new faces. You need referrals. You need new team members. So you're sharing with her, my goal is, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 10 amazing women that want more, need more, and are willing to work for it to be a part of my team. Number 3 is, what's in it for you? What's in it for her? And just for helping me listen, then I'm going to have a free little goodie for you, or I'm going to treat you to a Starbucks latte as a thank you for helping me with my goal. Will you help me? That's number 4. Are you with me? So you ask someone, hey, I got to share with you, Tina, that I'm moving up in directorship with Mary Kay. It's the top 1% of Mary Kay, and I have to add 10 women to my team by the end of the month. And so this may never be for you in a million years, but would you be willing to listen? So what's in it for you is, I'd love to take you to Starbucks, treat you to a latte. If she's not local, then you can tell her that you will send her a goodie in the mail. I, girls, will send her a goodie in the mail. I don't care. Whatever we have to do to get the interviews. And then you say, will you help me? That's it, girls. It is that simple. It's that simple. That's what she did. You must have motive, how you do it, and what the win looks like. I know I've been driving that home, and the first week I challenged you guys to make a vision board. Now, I didn't see one of your vision boards. Not one. Nobody. Do you see my sad face? Yeah. Okay. So I have some announcements I want to share with you tonight. Number 1 is, because I love you, and because I'm fully committed, and I hope that you're as committed to me as I am to you for this win, is I'm going to do a travel roll-up bag signing bonus from today until the 20th. 10 days. Now, I don't know about you, but if my director offered that for me, doesn't cost me one dime, I will be following up with every person I've shared with and say, you know what, I want to see if anything's changed in your situation. Because, girls, the reality is that our situation changes every 30 days. Somebody that you interviewed 6 months ago may have said, no, I'm not interested, but now she's interested because something happened in her life. So you go back to those people and say, has anything changed in your situation that you would consider Mary Kay, or have you thought more about Mary Kay? We're doing a fun signing bonus for the next 10 days only. You get one of those really cool travel roll-up bags. Did you see it? Oh my gosh, it is so amazing. I'm going to send you a picture. Oh my gosh, you will love this roll-up bag. So I'm going to offer that as a signing bonus. If you have anybody on the fence, hasn't quite done their agreement yet, this is your time to follow up and say, oh my gosh, I just got the call with my director, and you get a free travel roll-up bag from her just for getting started in your business in the next 10 days. So what do we have to do to get you started now so that you can get your business going? Okay, so that's what you're doing, girls. And then anybody that you interview, you don't share that with them when you're trying to book an interview. You share that at the interview. Okay, so your goal is to interview as many people as you can. Now, girls, people will always recruit closest to the product. So I want you booking your faces to get your interviews. And you can book facial interviews, meaning that you get in front of her, you share, you do the products, and while you're in the products, ask her questions about her, you know, like, just like, tell me about you, like, tell me about your kids, like, what, you know, what do you love to do? What are your hobbies? You know, what do you love about your job? Like, just get to know her, and you're kind of doing an interview in the process. She's going to ask you about you, what you love about Mary Kay. And I mean, you would be shocked at how many people will actually like sign up from that. Okay. So remember, guys, like, I'm not just about recruiting. I want you building a healthy balance of customers and team members, but I also want you to know that there are people in your life that you've already facial that you've never interviewed. I know that for a fact. I know that because I have them. So I know you probably do too. Okay. All right. So that's one exciting announcement, is travel roll-up bag bonus for the next 10 days. Another exciting announcement is I was able to take Stacy and Pam with me to Julia Mundy's directors meeting on July 1st when our president Daryl Overcash was there. And I'm excited to announce that National Sales Director Karen Pirro, which is a Mary Kay legend. She was one of the original Mary Kay beauty consultants, one of the original national sales directors, and she retires at leadership this year. So she is doing some very few last rare appearances, and she is coming to Julia's directors meeting on September the 2nd, and it is open for team leaders and above, which means you have at least 5 active team members on your team. 5. Now, girls, to be perfectly honest, based on your goals and dreams for each one of you, you've got 3 weeks to make that happen. And I believe that every single one of you on this call can make that happen. If you want it bad enough, I believe that you can make it happen. And some of you want to be in DIQ September 1. So you're going to far exceed that, okay, by that time. Okay. I'm excited to also tell you that we have a brand new adoptee that's going to be joining our meeting. She signed up in one last month, and she went on target for her first free car that month, and she's going into DIQ September 1st, so 2 months into Mary Kay, and she's going to be joining our meeting. So I think she's going to add a whole new dynamic. I don't know about y'all, but I think we need somebody that's not in our Mary Kay family coming in and showing us how it's done. I think we need to set the precedent of how it's done. You know, guys, I'm just waiting for that one consultant that's willing to step out there and do the audacious to show everybody else that it can be done that way, because it happens all the time in Mary Kay. Why not? Why can it not happen to you? Of course it can. But you guys, I don't see the passion. I don't see you sharing. I don't see, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you have a dream like that, it's like, imagine that there were 50 hungry children in Waco, Texas, and someone called you and said, it is your responsibility to make sure that these children have food, okay, in the next 10 days. Because if not, they can starve to death without that food. You guys, that's what we do with our dream. If we're not feeding it, it starves. So imagine whenever we're playing to win, we have daily wins to build our confidence. And then we just keep building on that momentum and sharing the fun things we're doing on Facebook. Again, I'm not saying get on Facebook and beg for people. That is not the way to build a business. Okay, that is not. You are selling your dream and your vision on Facebook. You're sharing the fun of your Mary Kay on Facebook, okay, and social media and Instagram and all those things. Okay, another exciting announcement that I want to mention to you is that the Advance for Yvonne is October 9th through the 11th. I'm excited to announce that for consultants, it's Saturday only, but for DIQs, they get to come with sales directors on Friday. So it's Friday, Saturday for DIQs and directors. And you talk about a great, really intimate time. Oh my gosh, that would be phenomenal. And then Yvonne actually had a call for us this morning and her husband got sick, so she wasn't able to be on the call. But there's something about Thursday night. They're having all DIQs and directors are invited to Yvonne's Bay House at Galveston. Now, I'm getting more details, and I'll let y'all know as that develops. But Saturday is for consultants only, and not DIQs. I mean, it's for everybody, but DIQs included. But Friday is specifically for DIQs and directors, and then everybody comes back together on Saturday. Okay, so excited about that. And then I want to mention to you guys, we've talked a lot about our faith. We've talked a lot about growing together in the Lord. And there's this great event coming to our church. It's called Fresh Grounded Faith. And there is going to be a recording artist, Meredith Andrews, the author of Power of a Praying Woman, Stormy, I don't want to mess up her last name. Y'all know who she is. And then an amazing woman named Jennifer Rothschild. She's an author of What I Learned in the Dark and numerous other Bible studies. This is a community-wide, like an area-wide event, not just our church event. And it's October 2nd and 3rd. I know it's the weekend before we go to Galveston. It's a Friday night, 7 to 9, and then it's Saturday, 9 to 12:30. The registration is $34 before September the 8th, and then it's $44 per person and $49 at the door. I am going to this event because everything that I can do to be closer to the Lord and really grow my faith and my spiritual walk, I want to be a part of. And I know some of us really struggle not even getting to church on Sunday with just work schedules and things like that. So if any of you would love to go with me, I think this would be a really cool bonding experience and also that would really bond us closer to the Lord. As we're talking about the Lord tonight, I just want to mention to you before we close is that the most important time in your day, girls, is on your knees, to be honest, because every single thing that you'll do in this business, success-wise, is all about Him. We do what we can, and we leave the results up to Him. So we go out there with joy and anticipation for what He's going to do, and we praise Him before He even does it because we're believing that He is standing on our behalf. You guys, when you have that peace of knowing that He is going before you, there should be no negative emotion because you can just thank Jesus that He's protecting you from something. I mean, He is so good to us, girls. He is so good. Okay. Also want to mention, I think most of you want to participate in the mall. I'm getting more details on that, but I think we're good to go. And then if y'all saw the Fall into Red promotion that the company's launched, it should have been your Applause magazine. I posted it on Bridget's Believers. That's a great promotion for all you girls that want to be Red Jackets, moving into Red Jacket. It's a great way to really stay consistent in your business. So I really encourage you to check out the details of the Fall into Red promotion with Mary Kay. So your homework tonight is very simple, okay? I want you to identify one area in your business, and I mean activity-wise, that you feel like that I can help you with or you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me about. Booking, coaching, team building, your numbers, anything business-related. If you could pick one thing that you could work on specifically, what would that be? And I want to have a conversation with you about that this week, okay? Number 2 is that I want you to celebrate a daily win every single day this week. And you guys, I talked to you about the mental bath, listen to the $1 Million Message every day, speaking an affirmation every day, and getting a booking every day. So maybe by doing that, that's your daily win every single day. Feeding yourself constantly that positive energy every single day. Also, I'm sorry, one last piece here. Oh, here we go. Also, I want you to go back to past homework. I shared it at the very beginning of the call. And I want to see, and I'm gonna post it in the email link with this message. If there's any homework that you just didn't do, or maybe you just didn't think was important, you guys, I want you to know that every single thing I've given you it's things that you should be doing consistently in your business from the weekly plan sheet. You guys, like when you send me your calendar, that's not a weekly plan sheet. A weekly plan sheet is a detailed description of your week from the time you get up, the time you eat breakfast, the time you go to the grocery store, what you're going to do with the kids, when's family night, when's date night, when's laundry, when's house cleaning, when's deliveries, when's office time, when's party time. Yes, that's a weekly plan sheet. And it is, I'll attach it in the email. But you guys, that is what you want to be living by, is making a schedule to give you freedom to be able to do all the life that you have and still be able to have balance. So I want to leave you, so your assignments are clear. I want you to look back at previous assignments, see what you've missed and what you need to really work on this week. I want you to identify one area that I can help you with this week. I want you to maximize that signing bonus, girls. If there's anybody that you want me to help you with, coach with you, whatever I can do, girls, I'm here for you. And then I want you to focus on your daily wins. Okay, so if that's, like I said, doing your weekly mental bath every day, whatever works for you. But I want to read this to you guys now as we close, and it says, major cause of failure is lack of persistence. Most of us are good starters, but poor finishers of everything that we begin. Moreover, people are prone to give up at the very first sight of defeat. You guys, that is so true. That's why that emotional management, working out of commitment, not out of emotion, keeping your vision of where you're going so clear in your head. There is no substitute for persistence. Failure cannot cope with persistence. And then this says, a long while ago, a great warrior faced a situation that made it necessary for him to make a decision which ensured his success on the battlefield. He was about to send his armies against a powerful foe whose men outnumbered his own. He loaded his soldiers into boats, sailed to the enemy's country, unloaded soldiers and equipment, then gave the order to burn the ships that had carried them there. Addressing men before the first battle, he said, "You see the boats going up in smoke. That means that we cannot leave these shores alive unless we win. We now have no choice. We win or we perish." They won. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his or her ships and cut all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can one be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as burning desire to win, essential to success. You guys, I want you to think about, just as we close tonight, the little Girl Scout standing at the HEB, your son that plays football, your lady that's at a wedding that's serving cake, your last argument or disagreement that you had with your husband. All of these scenarios have negative. Have you ever told your kid after a bad football game, honey, probably you should quit football? Have you ever told your little Girl Scout that, she's getting so many no's standing in front of HEB selling her cookies that she probably should just quit? Have you ever thought about the lady at a wedding that when she's serving cake, when people tell her no, that they don't want it, that probably she's not very good at what she does and she probably shouldn't ever serve cake again? Or whenever you have a disagreement with your husband, do you think, you know what, this isn't going to work, we probably should just end this now? No, you don't, girls, because in your mind, you know that that's not an option. So girls, you got to burn that ship. You got to burn that ship. Are you truly committed to go to Hollywood? Are you committed to submit the IQ September 1, October 1, November 1? Like, are you truly? Because it is so critical that you keep that emotional management under check. You work out a commitment, you work your numbers, and you truly share. You truly work your business. And I know all your scenarios are different, girls, but where I struggle as your leader is when you tell me you want one thing, but your action shows something else. It's a very hard place for me to be, because I am not a pushy pressure director, and you know that. But when you tell me you want to be here, then I'm only going by what your words tell me, right? So then whenever, it's like mixed signals, our husband gives us, or when we give our husbands mixed signals, like, what? I thought you told me you wanted to, and so it's like, you get confused on like where we are here, okay? So if your goal or dream or anything ever changes at any point, please communicate that with me. That way I make sure that I respect that boundary, and we move on. So I really want to challenge you girls to work hard this week. Work like these next 7 days depend on your trip to Hollywood, girls. Like, focus on the activity this week. Kids get back to school here in a few days, and life creates more of a balance. And so I know it's always going to be chaotic, but you guys, this time is so critical and so worth it. I don't want this little girl coming into our meeting and just running and blowing and going and building a new unit here in Waco and being in our studio and we not have that too, because you can do it too. So I love you girls with all my heart and soul, and I know that you know that. And I only have a deep burden for you because I want it for you so bad. I can't stand it. I mean, I prepared so much on and off today about what I wanted to say to you tonight and how I wanted to best support you. And if I could just give you anything, it's just to keep plugging the course, keep your vision in front of you, visit your dream every single day, multiple times a day, and get on your knees. Get on those knees and praise Jesus for what he's doing. I love you girls so much. Y'all have a great night, okay? And we will talk soon. Bye-bye.